Hello, everyone, and welcome to one more lecture where we are going to be talking about budgeting. So, what is budgeting? Budgeting is a technique I would say you use to know how much you're making and how much you're spending, meaning how much you're bringing in as your income and how much is going out as your expense. And at the end of the day, you want your income to be higher than your expense, which is what your savings or your cash in the bank is. So a lot of people have questions on how to track. They've heard about the Mint app. They sign in, they look through it. It says connect your credit card accounts. It says connect your bank accounts. Some people just drop out because they don't want to give the information. And in other cases, they do sign in and they see all these credit card transactions flowing in, but they don't know how to budget or how do I just use the budget because Mint automatically characterizes the transactions as such and such, and if you don't if you don't personally keep track of it in a way you know and you want, it's very hard to quantify how much money is going where, and eventually you just see the money keep going and going and you don't have control over it. Unless you really understand where your money is going, you cannot know if you can save money there. For example, unless you know that you're spending say $600 in grocery a month, you will not know that you can cut it down to like say 400 and see if you can save money. Same goes true for eating out. Dining out is a big expense, and if you don't know how much you're spending, how much will you cut? So to do that, I'm showing a template. A budget template should look something like this, and don't worry about it if it looks complex, but the overall idea is it has some numbers and it has some graph. Let's zoom in, and I want to talk about the planner. So I have a template. This is what I use to track my budget. I put up my income as how much I make, and you can see that whatever money you want to put in, you can put in. And for expense, I have several categories. So the categories I use is basically home expense. And when it comes to home expense, I put everything I spend for my home, from your mortgage or your rent, for your electricity, your gas, water, your utilities, and your cable and things like that. Then comes the living, where I put like the grocery or the personal shopping, cleaning, gym fees, any books and stuff like that. It comes in living expense. I also have health and taxes, where goes your your car insurance, home insurance, your doctor, your prescriptions, over the counter drugs, and everything else I just club as like other expenses, like your credit card payments, whatever you already have. And you can put extra as miscellaneous. Again, you don't have to have so many categories, but some categories helps. You can also have like a savings category, where the money or savings for your long term, like your 401k, your emergency fund. Also, what are you spending on, any, of course, your college loans which you have to spend on, if you have kids, your child care, and if you have pets care, pets food, and finally if you have any business expense. Again, for a lot of people you won't have all these, but some categories like your home and your living and your other expenditure should be there. Once write it down, like just for a month, just write down your total monthly income you're making, and write down these expenses and tally it up. And once you tally it up, don't get confused, but overall what you're looking at is your monthly expense. You want to, it shows like 3405 right here, and I budgeted for 3920. That's what you want to spend less than your budget whatever you think is reasonable, and then do it. And once you do that, you're pocketing some money in, and that's good because you're pocketing some $695. So effectively what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep track of where your money is going. And one of the way to do that is what I'm showing. Again, don't worry about the graphs and other things. I just want to give an idea of how to track your money. So basically, you look at your statements for the past month and write down your living expense, the what you pay for rent or your mortgage, and whatever eating out, dining out, whatever things comes in the statement, and just write it down and tally it up for the month. And for the next month, just try to make sure that you do a little bit less. And for the month after, again, a little bit less, till you hit a point where you say, wow, I'm saving a lot of money and I never used to do that. And that's how simple it is. Um, Going forward, I'll do more videos on budgeting and saving, and also share some tips and tricks on to save more money. Meanwhile, we'll also start looking at some Excel tricks that I show you here, like how to build this budget template and how to do like these fancy graphs to, like, basically track your monthly expense, see where your money is going, and like 48% is home expense. No wonder it's the biggest expense. And we can also do like what is your plan to spend, how much you already spent. So 100 is your plan, 100 is spending is good, less spending is more good. So things like that. So that will also be taught in different videos of YouTube. And do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon again. Thank you.